Can I combine purees with baby-led weaning? I get this question a lot, and it's from parents who have heard about baby-led weaning, and they're interested in the potential of a self-feeding baby, but then they're also scared or hesitant to drift outside of that traditional parent-led spoon feeding model. So let's break this down. Can you do some spoon feeding and some baby-led weaning together? Hi, I'm Katie Ferraro. I'm a registered dietitian specializing in baby-led weaning. I'm a mom of 7, and like a lot of you, I just did what my doctor told me to do when it came time to start solid foods with my oldest baby. This is my daughter Molly at about 5 months of age, and this is me trying to spoon feed her. Correction, it's actually my husband's hand there. I was literally so traumatized by how much Molly absolutely hated being spoon-fed that I just refused to participate. So when I found out my next pregnancy was going to be quadruplets, the first thing that went through my mind was, how am I going to feed 4 babies at once when I can't even feed the one baby I have at home? This is a picture of the first time I got to hold all of the quadruplets together after they were born. Left to right, that's Charlie, Claire, Henry, and Dylan. And a friend told me to check out baby-led weaning if I wanted to sidestep the agony of spoon feeding these guys. So I had no idea what I was doing with baby-led weaning at first. And to be honest, we were a total disaster for a while there, but I stuck with it, and despite wanting to a lot, I never stuck a spoon in their mouth, having learned that putting anything in your baby's mouth, including a spoon, can be a choking hazard. And it was hard, don't get me wrong. We definitely made a lot of mistakes, but the quadruplets were able to eat 100 different foods with baby-led weaning before they turned 1. Okay, so why am I telling you my life story? And it's not over, sorry. But when the quadruplets turned 2, we went on to have one more set of multiples, baby twins. So that was 7 kids who were age 3 and under. It was wild, but baby-led weaning was such a transformative experience for our whole family that I shifted the entire emphasis of my career to focus exclusively on baby-led weaning. And now I've used my 100 First Foods approach to help tens of thousands of families give their babies a safe start to solid food using baby-led weaning. And one of the most common questions that I get asked is, well, can I just do a combo of spoon feeding and baby-led weaning? A little bit of semantics. Traditional parent-led spoon feeding, where you shove a spoon of food into a baby's mouth, no, that is not compatible with the baby-led philosophy. Can you safely incorporate naturally pureed foods like yogurt or applesauce into the baby-led approach? Absolutely. But how do you do that? Well, you can do this by using what's called the preloaded spoon technique. The preloaded spoon technique for baby-led weaning is an approach developed by my friend and fellow BLW expert, Dawn Winkelmann. Dawn is a speech-language pathologist and a feeding therapist, and here's how her preloaded spoon approach works. You put the puree in the bowl, you put the puree from the bowl on the baby spoon, you put the spoon in the baby's hand. You gently guide the baby's hand to their mouth with your hand under the baby's hand, and you don't even have to do this in many cases. The baby will figure it out. Shortly thereafter, they're getting the hang of it, and the baby starts bringing your preloaded spoon from the side of the bowl or the side of the plate where you placed it to their mouth by themselves. Dawn is also the product designer for ezpz. They are the company that makes the original silicone suction mats and bowls, as well as the baby-led weaning spoons and open cups that you see in all of my videos. I'm an affiliate for ezpz. I'm a huge fan. I use all of their products in my own house with my 7 kids, but also in my baby-led weaning practice. You can get 10% off everything at ezpz with my affiliate discount code Katie10 if you're shopping for some baby feeding gear. I'll link up some of my favorite ezpz gear for baby-led weaning below this video. So baby-led weaning does not mean you do not offer your baby purees, right? You just don't shove them in the baby's mouth. Here's Gill Rapley, the pioneer and founding philosopher of the baby-led weaning movement, talking about this idea of combining purees with baby-led weaning. Gill Rapley is the co-author of the original baby-led weaning book, and I've interviewed her numerous times on my Baby-Led Weaning Made Easy podcast. She was also the keynote speaker at my Baby-Led Weaning Summit. And here's Gill Rapley's explanation of why traditional parent-led spoon feeding is not compatible with the baby-led approach.
It's perfectly possible to do a combination of spoon feeding and allowing self-feeding. Those are 2 feeding methods. But baby-led weaning is more than that. It's about handing over decision making to the baby, trusting the baby to know what he needs to eat, how much he needs to eat, how fast he needs to eat. A lot of parents prefer the control of spoon feeding because they can see what the baby's getting, and if they consider that he hasn't really eaten very much, they can top him up with a spoon or a pouch perhaps and make sure he's had something. But that's to actually completely misunderstand what baby-led weaning is, which is giving that control to the baby. By talking about doing a combination of both, what we're essentially saying is, well, sometimes I'm going to trust my baby and sometimes I'm not. That just doesn't work. We either trust the baby or we don't.
I want to make sure you feel comfortable offering your baby naturally pureed foods like full-fat whole milk yogurt or oatmeal, unsweetened applesauce. Just use that pre-loaded spoon approach and let your baby feed themselves. It's in this way that you can honor the self-feeding principles of baby-led weaning and still incorporate purees. Purees are an important texture for babies to master. They're just not the only texture your baby can eat. And no, you don't need to push that spoon into your baby's mouth. Babies who are 6 months of age or 6-month adjusted age, if they were born prematurely, and when they're sitting relatively on their own, they can do this and feed themselves. They need you to give them the opportunity to practice that. If you're still a little scared to go all in on baby-led weaning, be sure to watch my other video that is 5 surprising reasons parents should not be scared to start baby-led weaning. And I think it will help you chill out a little bit about all of this kind of starting solid stuff that might have you scared.